Happy Monday, friends, and welcome to your weekly dose of multilingual motivation with the Future is Bilingual podcast. Now let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Future is Bilingual podcast. Very happy you're joining me. My name is Heather. Today's episode is the first in a new series that I'm calling Multilingual Motivation. So the idea behind this is that every Monday, I will post a short episode with some ideas or resources of ways that you can increase your exposure to your target language or languages throughout the week. So I hope that these episodes will be really useful. But for this first one, it's kind of a special episode because it's being released on March 22nd, which is the Monday before International Day of Multilingualism. So I want to dedicate this first episode to talking about that day so that we can all be ready and excited to celebrate multilingualism on Saturday. So the International Day of Multilingualism was started 2 years ago in 2019 by Tomasz Bąk, more commonly known as Thomas H. Bach. He's a Polish cognitive neuroscientist whose work focuses on bilingualism and the brain. And he decided to pick March 27th because that was the date inscribed on the Rosetta Stone. So if you don't know about the Rosetta Stone, other than the language learning program, go Google it. You can find lots of information there, but it's pretty well known. So this day was created in order to celebrate all languages, including dialects, lesser known languages, languages without a script, every language in the world, and all the languages that we as language learners are learning. So it's different from International Mother Tongue Day, which celebrates the languages that we inherited from our parents, that we learned to speak as babies. This day celebrates all the languages that we are learning in our life, languages that we maybe only speak at a beginner level, languages that we would like to learn one day. It's really just a big celebration of learning languages, learning other cultures, diversity, and everything that's related to language learning. So I heard a wonderful interview by Richard Simcott, who is probably the most well-known hyperpolyglot on the planet and the founder of the Polyglot Conference. So I will put the link to the interview with Richard and Thomas that's on Richard's blog in the show notes so that you can go watch it, because it explains a lot about where the idea for this day came from and what they hope to get out of it. But one point that I really liked that Thomas made was that it's not about fluency. It has nothing to do with how well we know these languages, but more that we're just interested in being multilingual people and that languages are part of our everyday life. So I've got 2 tasks for you this week. The first task is to learn more about the International Day of Multilingualism and to go check out the sites that I've put in the show notes. So for example, the interview that Richard conducted with Thomas, the website that they've created for the International Day of Multilingualism. You can go check out Richard and Thomas's presence online. I know they both have Instagram. I believe Thomas has a Twitter. They're both featured on YouTube videos. So just kind of go learn more about these wonderful people because I find their stories so inspirational. And not only that, they're both very, very kind people. I've had the honor and opportunity to speak to both of them during the Polyglot Conference this past year. And I was just so humbled that they even took the time to talk to me and take an interest in my story. They are so good at promoting multilingualism. So definitely go check out Richard and Thomas. You will learn so much and find so much motivation, I believe, from listening to them speak and checking out what they do. And make sure you follow them on social media. So if you're on Instagram, Richard Simcott hosts an Instagram Live every single weekend where he takes questions from listeners and followers. And it's really fascinating. And he'll speak in whatever language. If you ask a question in a language he speaks, he will answer you in that language. So that's always really fun to watch. Now, your second task is to think about how this day affects you personally and what it means for you to be a multilingual person, whether you speak one language fluently and you're learning another, or whether you're a polyglot like Richard and Thomas. What does it mean to you to have multiple languages in your life? And what could you share if you are a person who uses social media? What could you share about on Saturday? So we're asking everybody to make a post and to use the hashtag multilingualisnormal, capitalizing the first letter of each new word. So the M, I, and N, in that case, multilingual is normal. You can also use the hashtag Multilingualism Day, capitalizing the M and D. It's just easier for people with different accessibility needs if we have those letters capitalized. And you can also use the hashtag Multilingual Monday. So in the past 2 years, they reached 1.6 million people. But of course, this year we're hoping to reach more. So if you want to share a picture, if you want to share a quote or a poem or a story or something that happened to you, some way that languages affect you and your identity, anything that you want to share, whether it's long or short, it would be wonderful because we are all part of the language learning community and we learn from each other. So whatever you feel inspired to share, maybe think about that this week so that you're ready to post something on Saturday. I know I myself will be thinking about it. And I really look forward to seeing everybody's posts on Saturday and this huge celebration of being multilingual, being multicultural, and just a celebration of diversity. I can't wait to see what I learn, what languages I can learn about that I maybe haven't heard about before. So I hope that you found this episode interesting, and I really would love to hear what you think of the International Day of Multilingualism. Do we need one day for this specifically? So come find me at The Future is Bilingual on Instagram, or you can write me an email at tfibpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this first episode of Multilingual Motivation. I hope that these episodes will be useful and we'll see as they come out each week. Just a reminder that I've put a lot of links into the show notes, so you don't have to be searching for them on your own. And to please use the hashtags Multilingual is Normal, Multilingual Monday, Multilingualism Day, International Day of Multilingualism, Multilingual Motivation, and The Future is Bilingual. So thank you so much for sharing on social media. We really appreciate it because that helps get the word out. So if you are enjoying this type of episode, please share it. If you are a fan of the podcast, please share. And if you haven't already, please leave me a rating and review. I would really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Take care.